Welcome back to the Hockey Hotbed, presented as always by the Hockey Podcast Network, as well as DraftKings. Make sure you use promo code THPN at the DraftKings Sportsbook app for great odds and opportunities. Let's finish off the show. Let's finish off the week of podcasting here for me. If you don't know, I also host the Tip of the Iceberg podcast with my good friend Nick Horwat. We cover the Pittsburgh Penguins every Monday and Thursday, as well as this podcast that comes out every Tuesday and Friday here at the Hockey Hotbed. But I'd like to finish off my week of podcasting doing the Hockey Hotbed 3 stars of the week. And I'm going to continue that right now. Third star. Let's go out to Colorado. Colorado Avalanche have been on a heater as of recently. Slow start. Didn't start the greatest. But Nazim Cadre has been great this year. A lot of players have been in and out of the lineup for the Colorado Avalanche. Nathan MacKinnon missed the beginning of the season. Gabe Landeskog got suspended and then missed a little bit of time. And they just haven't been able to put it together. But now that they're starting to get it put together, it certainly helps to have a guy like Nazim Kadri a little bit lower in your lineup, yet still 4th in the National Hockey League in scoring. This week, he hasn't scored a goal, but he does have 4 assists in 2 games played. So, a good week for Nazim Kadri. So he gets the 3rd star here, 11 goals on the season, 38 points. If you're Toronto right now, you're kind of kicking yourself because this guy is exactly what you would have needed. I don't know if they could have afforded him. And, it's been so long, it's kind of hard to go back and do revisionist history and say, oh, yeah, Toronto would love to have him, but Toronto's also doing really well right now. Nazim Kadri having a career year. Like I mentioned, 4th in the National Hockey League in scoring. So great to see from Nazim Kadri. Nazim. I think it's Nazim Kadri. For at least what you hear most of the time is Nazim Kadri. So good week for him, good season for him, and a good week for the Colorado Avalanche, who are soaring up the National Hockey League in the Central Division standings. My 2nd star of the week is going to go to Nashville. It's going to a goaltender. I don't do stars for goaltenders very often because, goaltending is voodoo. As my good buddy Nick Horwat always says, goaltending is voodoo. So it's kind of hard to judge, and they're up and down. But my 2nd star of the week is Nashville Predators goaltender UC Saros. Nothing unbelievable this week. He's 3-0-0, a 1.33 goals allowed average, a .955 save percentage, and 1 shutout. Those are very good numbers. It's nothing, miraculous. But it's extremely, extremely high-level goaltending by UC Saros. And he did it all of last season as well, which is a main reason why Nashville was able to make the postseason last year. And this year, he's back at it again. The Predators right now have the NHL's leading active winning streak with a 6-game winning streak. And the Nashville Predators, they're surprising me. They're surprising a lot of people. You look there, and a lot of players are having really good years. Specifically, Philip Forsberg has been on a tear since coming back from injury as well. So I could have easily slotted Philip Forsberg in here, but I just want to highlight UC Saros as well, because this guy is a guy that right now is getting Vezina conversations. He's getting in the conversation, and I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he ends up being a finalist, especially if the Nashville Predators finish in the top 3 in the Central Division. I would have no problem slotting UC Saros in there as a top 3 goaltender in the National Hockey League this season, especially if he's playing the way that he's played in the past week. Like I mentioned, barely allowing more than 1 goal a game, has a shutout, and he's winning hockey games for the Nashville Predators. Absolutely phenomenal performance from UC Saros. My 1st star of the week, there was only one name that I really thought about for 1st star of the week this week. And realistically, he should have been a star last week because he has been on fire since returning from injury, and you could see how much the Vegas Golden Knights missed having this guy on the ice. And my 1st star of the week is Max Pacioretty for the Vegas Golden Knights. 5 goals, 2 assists in 3 games played for Vegas. This guy has been on an absolute tear, especially goal scoring. He's been on a scoring tear since coming back from injury. And Vegas, another one of those teams, similar to Colorado, a lot of expectations coming into this season. Gets a rough start. They're missing some players, obviously. They had Whitecloud out. They had Stone out. They had Pacioretty out. I'm a broken record because I feel like I've mentioned that on basically every episode. But now that these guys are all back, not to mention the fact that they have Jack Eichel on his way back, will probably be back sometime after the turn of the new year. The Vegas Golden Knights now back into a playoff spot already. They're back in the top 3. They've passed the Edmonton Oilers, who have lost. Well, they did lose 6 straight. They were able to get a win on Thursday, thankfully for them. But the Golden Knights right back in the conversation, and it's due in large part to the fact that Max Pacioretty has come back with a vengeance. And the Vegas Golden Knights, in their last 10, 7-3-0 in their last 10 games played. They're a good team. They're going to be a tough team to beat come playoff time, and they're going to be around there. I'm very, very intrigued to see what they look like once Jack Eichel comes back. Obviously, everybody wants to see how Jack Eichel plays in the first place, coming off of that neck injury and that neck surgery. So we'll see what happens with all of that. But that's going to do it for this episode of the Hockey Hotbed. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for lending your ear. You can follow us on Twitter at Hockey Hotbed Pod. You can follow us on Instagram at the Hockey Hotbed. And we now have a Facebook page. So if you like consuming your social media via Facebook, you can now find us there at Hockey Hotbed Podcast. So follow us on all that. No, also, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Like this video if you enjoyed it. And we'll see you guys next week. Have a good weekend, hockey fans.